Dear students, welcome to English class. In this module, we deal with the second half of Poem 2 from the English textbook Flamingo, an elementary school classroom in a slum, written by Stephen Spender. Stanza 3. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. In this stanza, the tone of the poet changes from despair to rebellion. Shakespeare, the epitome of culture and erudition, is said to be wicked, and the map is dubbed as a bad example. Shakespeare is described as wicked as he holds the key to a charmed world of letters, and unfortunately for these children, there is no way that they can enter that world. The map is a bad example for them as it does not hold any place for these slum children. They are not only unreal for them, but has a corrupting influence on these children and instigates them to steal and try to escape from their cramped holes. These poor innocent children long to have adventure, a better life and love as they are depicted on the classroom walls. These children's lives are confined to the narrow holes, that means the dark slums that they are living in, and their lives secretly turn round in their pitiable state. They only have uncertainty and hopelessness with themselves. This means that their future is full of darkness. Let's continue with the third stanza. On their slack heap these children, where skins peep through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottle bits on stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. The poet has compared their emaciated, wasted bodies to slag, that's the industrial waste, heaped together. Their bones peep out of their flesh because of malnourishment. These kids are so thin that one can easily see their bones through the thin layer of skin. These children wear steel spectacles with cracked glasses, looking like pieces of a glass bottle lying on stones. It suggests immense poverty. All their time and space is confined to the uncertain world of slums. The slums are living hells, and they are blemish on the progress of the rich and civilized world. Please go through the literary devices used in this stanza. Metaphor: cramped holes. It refers to their homes, which are very small, like holes. Then slack heap, where skin peep through by bones and spectacles of steel. Examples for simile, like bottle bits on stones and slums as big as doom. Alliteration: sure sound in surely Shakespeare, fur sound from fog, and burr sound in bottle bits. The last stanza of the poem. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. The final stanza is a vehement appeal to change the conditions of the children. In this stanza, the poet reveals the appalling truth that there can be no change for the better unless the governor, a school inspector, or an educationist or a visitor comes to the school. There is no coordination between the map of the civilized world and the world of the children. That's the only medium for the children to view the world outside their slums. The windows of their classroom shut them and confine them like underground graves to their world of poverty and helplessness. Dear students, please have a look at the meanings. This map becomes their windows. That means the map of the world becomes their map and may include places like the slum. Shut upon their lives means block their progress. And catacombs are burial chambers, implying the near-death existence of these children in the slum. Continuation of the last answer. Break open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields, and make their world run usher on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open. History days whose language is the sun. Here the poet appeals to those people who are in power to liberate these slum children from the horrendous life that they are leading. He also exhorts the people to break open these windows which appear to have sealed the fate of these children. There is a need to break the restrictions which are put on them due to poverty and lack of resources. He wants the governor and the public to help these kids in achieving their dreams. He wants these kids to experience beauty of nature, as this will lead to a desire of gaining knowledge. The world should extend to the blue waves rising over the golden sands. These children should run carefree on the golden sands and enjoy a new lease of life and freedom. This will take them away from fog to azure sky. In this way, the kids can be taken away from the darkness of their present to a bright future. They will then go through the white and green leaves. Here, white leaves depict books and green leaves depict nature. They should have access to all kinds of books. They should also be able to learn from nature around them. This will then result in their progress, and they will be able to paint a bright future for themselves. Stephen Spencer ends the poem on a positive note as he expresses his belief that people who are ignited by the spirit of knowledge and learning are the ones who create history. It's the moral liability of everyone to break the barriers between the haves and the have-nots and give a meaningful education to all. For history remembers only those people who are educated and have enlightened themselves for a better world. Let's have a look at the literary devices used in the last stanza. Metaphor. Examples: the white and green leaves open. Books and nature are expressed in form of white and green leaves here. Next one. History days whose language is the sun. Anaphora. Anaphora is a use of repeated words in two consecutive lines. Examples: run usher and run naked. Example for simile: like catacombs. Dear students, let me wind up today's session with a famous quote by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. My dear children, remember these lines always. Thank you. Have a safe and healthy day ahead.